everybody, welcome back for this week's video. I am finally going to get around to doing a wear test of the IT Cosmetics CC Cream plus Illumination. It is a color correcting, illuminating full coverage cream plus anti-aging hydrating serum plus SPF 50 broad spectrum physical sunscreen. Tell me that's not a mouthful. So if you're not familiar, IT Cosmetics kind of got its start on QVC, which sort of made me hate it from the start. I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't think much of the brand because of that. I don't know what it is. I just kind of feel like infomercial stuff tends to be crap when you buy it, right? When you finally get it in your hands, you realize that all of the demonstrations and stuff that were done on the infomercial were sort of trumped up a little bit, and just that's not actually how well the product works. So I kind of didn't think that IT Cosmetics would be any different, but IT Cosmetics, their whole selling point is that they develop the products with plastic surgeons and they use ingredients that are good for your skin. One of the things that they actually say on the infomercial is that it's so good for your skin you can even sleep in it without clogging pores or causing breakouts. So I'm not somebody who's probably ever gonna sleep in my makeup, but the reason I ultimately decided to pick it up, it was $38 at Ulta, was I wanted something that I could wear when I'm being active and still want a little bit of coverage on my face. And I feel like with normal foundations, not only is it terrible for your skin when you're sweating and everything and you have pore clogging stuff sitting on top of all of that sweat that's just gonna hold the sweat in the pores and cause breakouts, foundation is also very just like one-dimensional, you know. You kind of have to then go in with some bronzer, some blush, some highlighter, and that's also why I picked up the CC Cream plus Illumination. That's also why I picked up the CC Cream plus Illumination, because I didn't want it to be just a completely matte finish. I wanted to have a little bit more dimension, a little bit more light reflection. So that is the IT CC Cream. That's how it came to be. That's how it came to be in my possession. So, and this is not a first impression. I have used it a couple of times. I purchased it in the color light. I think normally speaking, light would even be a little bit dark for my skin. I would get fair, but because it's summer and I am regularly applying sunless tanner on my face and body, I went with a little bit of a darker color. Now, I want to kind of zoom you guys in here, but I'm working on getting a lens that doesn't make that crazy autofocusing sound, so bear with me. I had another lens that I tried to do that with this morning and it was a miserable fail. So I'm gonna zoom you in so you can kind of see before and after and what the whole thing looks like, and then we'll get on to the wear test. The best way I have found to apply this, since it is just a CC cream and not a foundation, is I do just go right in with my hands and then kind of push any excess around with a damp beauty blender. What's nice about it is it is a pump top, even though it comes in a tube, so I really, really like that feature. So I do just pump it on either cheek and then start moving it around. And a lot comes out in one pump, so, you know, you should be in pretty good shape there. All right, and then just start kind of... It's pretty thick, actually, and you know that generally these days I've been going towards lighter texture makeup cosmetics, but as you can see, the coverage really is quite good. I was impressed with it. CC creams, generally speaking, I don't feel like are worth what you pay for them. So like I said, I wasn't expecting to like this product either. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot out of it at all. You can see it kind of ends up on your hands a little bit. You can see sort of that iridescent shimmer that's in it. So you do want to wash your hands after you do this, and really there's not a whole lot of excess to blend around. Just if, you know, you do have some wrinkles or some larger pores that you want to sort of dab it out of, the damp beauty blender works great for that. So I'll zoom you guys back out so you can kind of see what it looks like here. So there you can see there is kind of a nice illuminating effect. It is pretty full coverage, but without looking unnatural. So again, I was impressed there. I don't feel like my redness and my pink spots on my face are as noticeable, if at all. I mean, you might not even look right to that with this. So the coverage is very good. SPF 50 plus is also great. So it is currently 8 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna get the wear test going here, and I will just check back in with you guys in a couple of hours. I'm not gonna set any powder or anything over top of this. Sometimes I do that, and I will say it does cancel out the illuminating effect a little bit, so it's almost like, why would you then just not get the matte CC cream instead of the illuminating one? I'm not sure. I just thought it might help hold it in place a little bit better because it is a little bit of that thicker consistency. And I find with the thicker face products, especially in the summer heat, as I'm moving around and sweating throughout the day, it is more likely to slide around. So without any powders or primers or anything today, we're gonna see how it does. I'll check back in with you guys in a couple of hours, so sit tight. So it has been about 3 hours since I last checked in. The first thing that you're seeing is my face immediately after I had put it on earlier at around 8 o'clock this morning. And the second clip you're gonna see is what I look like right now, a close-up. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. So the coverage is still looking really good. I do feel like I'm getting a bit shiny. Like I said, I didn't set this with any powder, and even though this is supposed to be an illuminizing CC cream, I think that especially across the forehead, you can see I'm definitely getting shiny. So I'm gonna go ahead and oil blot a little bit at this check-in and see if that kind of helps the situation going forward into the afternoon. So yeah, definitely needed a little bit of a blot. I think I'll just go ahead and take that across my cheeks as well. Try and make sure that we get this back to baseline as much as possible before I go for the next check-in. But like I said, the coverage is still looking really good. Even post-blot there, you can see I really reduced the shine on my forehead and stuff. But the coverage on my cheeks, I'm actually still pretty happy with. It's not like I wiped off the CC cream by doing the blot. It's definitely still looking really natural, pretty even with the coverage, but not what you would get out of a foundation, obviously. But my skin feels good. My skin feels hydrated. Obviously, it wasn't drying out. I do have the oily skin, but I can say this is the hydrating serum that's in this is effective. I haven't been out in the sun at all today, but I have worn this out in the sun before. And not that I'm like on a beach or anything here in Ohio, but I haven't experienced any negative effects while wearing this in the sunlight. I can tell you that much. So I'm going to go ahead and pop back off of here for another few hours, and I will check back in again later. 2 more hours have passed. It is now 1 o'clock. So what you're about to see here first is where I left you guys at 11 a.m. and then an up close of now at 1 o'clock, right before I started filming this update. So what I struggle with a little bit is I'm trying to do this in as much natural lighting as possible, and the lighting has changed a little bit. I feel like the tones are a little bit warmer now than they were at 11 a.m. Only so much I can do about that. I was intending to do 3 hours between updates, but the reason that I'm back is the temperatures have hit the midday. I am very, very warm even in my house with the AC on, and I'm feeling pretty sweaty in the face, and I felt like maybe I needed to blot or powder or something, so I wanted to come up and give you guys a quick view of what it's looking like. It actually doesn't look as shiny in the viewfinder as it did 2 hours ago, but I'm surprised by that because I overall feel so warm. That said, the up close I think still looks pretty good for being just a CC cream, which, you know, it does claim to be full coverage cream, and for a CC cream I would say that yeah, it probably is. It still looks pretty good. I don't feel like any of my redness or any of those things are coming through, and it's not settling into my fine lines here between my eyebrows and here around my mouth where stuff will typically start to settle on me. So far so good. I am going to blot again. I don't usually have to blot this many times in a day, so I think for me this is just confirming the need to use some kind of a powder with this when you first apply it to kind of help with that oil control and oil absorption if you have oily skin like me. It's also possible that this product is just better suited for somebody with dry skin, and maybe you guys wouldn't have any issues like this at all, and you'll just feel hydrated and beautiful all day long. So that is the 1 o'clock update. I kind of wanted to give this a full 8 hours and see how that goes, so I will hop back on in about 3 more hours. That should put us right around the 8-hour mark and give you guys kind of the final view up close, what it looks like, and we'll talk about it a little bit. We are coming up on 4 o'clock at this point, so one more time here I'm going to show you where I left off with you guys at 1 o'clock, and then the next close-up you will see was taken just right now, so you can see that 3-hour lapse. I'm still fine with how I'm looking as I'm catching glimpses of myself in the mirror throughout the day. Again, just the oil control factor, there is no helping that situation. I even changed into a tank top because I got so hot today. And you can see I'm definitely shiny kind of all over again at this point. It's a great product. What I will say is, even though I've been blotting twice now throughout the day, and I'll probably do it again here right now, even with the blotting, the product isn't coming off. So I really appreciate that about it. It's not like some products where as soon as you use the oil blot, half of your makeup has come off and you can see all of your imperfections coming through again. So I do think that that's a really great thing about it. Being that it's a CC cream, I suppose I could wear a primer underneath it, but I just don't really feel like that's something I would do with a product like this that is especially touted as skincare and skin loving. I don't know that I want to put the barrier of the primer between the good stuff that's in this and my skin. So I would probably just recommend, if you are on the oilier side or combination, using powder throughout the day or setting it with powder when you put it on to maybe get a little bit more long wear out of it before you have to re-powder or oil blot. And like I said earlier too, if you have drier skin, this might be an amazing product for you. Or maybe we oily girls should just stick to this more in the fall and winter cooler months of the year, because you still need SPF even when it's not summertime. So it is a really good product, a little bit pricey for how I'm feeling about it. Like I said, it was $38 a tube at Ulta, but the reason I ultimately bought it is because when I am on camera filming the workouts for you guys, I wanted to be able to put something on my face so I look at least a little bit put together, but I didn't want to put on something that was going to clog my pores and cause breakouts like regular foundation. So I thought, you know, this is supposed to be skin loving, and if you can sleep in it, you can probably work out in it. So obviously it's not sweat proof, but if you are someone who is self-conscious about your skin and you want a little bit of something to put on your face before you go to the gym, I don't know if it would hold up well on like a beach day or something, but maybe like a backyard party that's very casual and you don't want to show up with like the false eyelashes and the eyeshadow and the full face of makeup. I think this is great for outdoor get-togethers or more informal get-togethers where you want to put a little bit of something on your skin that's going to last, obviously, throughout the day without caking onto your skin or being something that's going to clog your pores. So final point being, if you would have a use for this product that falls into a category like that, I think it's a great product to invest in. But if you don't, if that's just not a need that you have in your cosmetic repertoire, then there's really no need to purchase the product. So it's really just all about what you need out of a product. That is going to conclude this wear test, this video. July, I think we're going to have a lot of face products because there are a couple launches coming out. There's another one coming out from Clinique in a couple of weeks that I want to get my hands on. But for next week, I'm going to talk to you guys about this product right here. I was pretty stoked about it because it's another drugstore foundation that I actually have tried, and so far so good, but I'll probably do another wear test of that for you guys next week. It is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation with vitamins and sunscreen. Companies seem to be infusing their foundations and their skin coverage products with good for skin ingredients, so we will do a wear test and discussion of that product next week, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And thank you so much for spending your time with me. I had so much fun doing these videos for you guys. I hope that you're enjoying them, and I will see you in my next video.